Is it Anita or
Alita.
Alita.
With the L.
Alita.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Alita.
There you go.
Oh God. With the eyebrows.
With the eyebrow. That's the eye. Googly eyes. Welcome and thank you for listening and watching your favorite podcast. I'm looking at you, JD. I know you're listening and I know you're watching. We can see you. We see you. We know what you're doing and we appreciate you. Like, really, we appreciate you. Your mom's been telling a lot of good things about you. And I'm not going to say who's your mom, but I'm just saying. We love you. We know.
He says
We know.
a lot of good things about you, Captain Bob.
We know you exist. I know you exist. I appreciate you, JD. All right. Anyway, yeah, we're doing a podcast. As you notice, I feel like something different just happened. What is it?
Feel that something's different?
I noticed that something different just happened. I feel like we're reuniting the TMFest, one person at a time. We're together. That's what I'm saying. In this screen right now, it's not split screen of me
Not
and
romantic.
Wakka. Like
Yeah, this is not.
Yeah,
you see?
it's him. If you're listening to this on Spotify, which by the way we appreciate you, you're probably not gonna notice, So go to YouTube and watch us, and you can see what's going on. All the crazy things the faces that Wakka makes, and
The transformation.
the transformation. Yeah, exactly. We're all
That's a good
transforming.
thing or a bad thing.
The
Okay.
PG-9.
Anyway, we're doing a podcast, and yes, we're doing a podcast again.
Yes.
It's been a while. We're doing Afterflicks. As you know, you should know by now.
Right.
JD knows what Afterflicks is.
Yes.
Because he's been listening and watching.
Definitely.
And we're doing Afterflicks is we do reviews of subscribed shows such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and things like that. So it just has to be original shows. It can't be just random movies. That's a lot of them.
Hollywood, no.
No,
They're already
exactly.
there.
So it's just Netflix. I mean, all movies and shows are in Netflix anyway. So
True.
And
True.
so we're doing a Netflix show. As you can see, as you noticed on the title of this podcast, of this episode, we're doing Queen's Gambit, a Netflix original movie. And tonight or today or right now, I've been joined by Wakka. Yeah, she's right. He's right here. And Jed. Oh my gosh,
Yes,
Jed. We miss you, Jed.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
It's been forever to hear that.
Yay, I know.
Yeah. I just woke up.
Oh,
Well,
good morning.
we're just about to go to bed.
Right?
I like the Cookie Monster outfit. What's going on? Oh, I love it.
Cookie
Yeah.
Monster?
It's my
He is the
comfort
Cookie Monster.
No lie. No lie.
Sometimes it's the big bird. Or Oscar the Grouch, depending on the day.
No, I chose this Cookie Monster print because there's this friend from the app that we're not gonna mention.
Okay.
But I have this loyal listener.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cookie Monster.
Remember Cookie Monster?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So,
That's right.
there.
We're not shouting you out because we don't know if you're listening, but if you are,
Thanks for recommending the shirt.
This is not a
exactly.
shout out.
But JD's more important than you. Just saying. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this Afterflicks. So Queen's Gambit. Okay. This is 12 episodes?
No,
No, 7
Seven.
episodes. Oh yeah, that's
7
right.
episodes.
So I just got used to watching
Just 12.
watching anime. It's like 12
they're 12?
episodes. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
12 episodes
Right.
every season, not all the time, but yeah. So 7 astounding, amazing episode
I have to
of
agree
this
with that one.
if this show.
Yeah. It's
So,
a mini series.
It's a mini series. Yeah. I guess I'll just ask it later. But do you play chess?
Not so well. I mean, we played a few times, right? Didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not so great. I know the pieces, I know the moves, but not as much as, I'm not really good with names. Not as much as the main character of the show Gambit. But yeah,
Harmon.
Harmon. That's right, Harmon. Elizabeth Harmon. They call her
Elizabeth
Beth for
Harmon.
short.
That's right.
Not a grandmaster level kind of chess playing. Yeah.
No, I just play for the fun of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I see someone move, okay, I'm ready to eat that one. That I don't have a plan. I just move, boom.
Which, by the way, when he say I'm gonna eat that one, he's not talking about like chess eating, like literally. I'm just kidding.
You do know we're no longer states apart, right? Careful
Literally
now.
eating the.
They can see this in YouTube. This hand
pawn.
flying right to you now. And Jed, if he's not behaving towards you, just let me know. I can.
How about you? Jed? Do you play chess?
No, but like I know the moves like Wakka, but I don't really play chess
Okay.
or you know
All right. Yeah, I play chess. I played chess when I was in high school. It's funny
not
because
really.
I think I mentioned this in previous podcast. Yeah, I played
That
chess.
that was the maximum. I mean the
Well,
Learn
we are.
Filipino pod,
Oh, learn.
I
Yeah,
guess.
I was just saying we are the maximum Filipino show. It never changed. It never does. But yeah, it's Learn Filipino pod. Oh, the intrams. That's right. It's the
Yeah,
intrams
intramurals
podcast. That's right.
episode
Intramurals podcast. So
mentioned that.
I was part of. I joined a lot of sports in our intramurals, and one of them is chess, and I love chess. But for some reason, I played badminton. So I got
I
disqualified.
think you remember.
Yeah, I got disqualified. So we're going to compete against other school, and they didn't have any other players, so they recruited me, and I beat the champion. So I was automatic part of the team.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Oh
I'm kind of a
God,
big deal.
that's
You know what I mean?
nice.
I got invited to Moscow. No, I'm just kidding.
You got the what's his name, man? Borgov
Borgov. Yeah,
level.
Borgov.
Yeah.
Borgov.
Yeah, I got invited to Moscow. Yeah, down the street from our house. It's a store called Moscow.
You know, I didn't expect Queen's Gambit to be about chess. You know, I thought Queen's Gambit in a way of she being a crook or some robbing the bank or being a scammer or something like that. That's what I thought.
Oh.
I mean, just based on the title, but I didn't think it was gonna be about
Actually,
chess.
I'm other way around because that's the Queen's Gambit. So it's
It's
a
a
very
title.
it's a very popular move in chess,
Yeah.
and I've heard it multiple times. Which
If you're a fan of chess, you would know that it's
Oh, yeah.
about chess or about the game. But for me, since I didn't know about the term the Queen's Gambit, I thought it was like something that has something to do with
Yeah.
the like the real queens, like
oh, like a queen like assassination.
like a
You know what I mean?
queen,
Something like
yeah,
that. Right,
right.
royalty and all.
I thought okay, royalty or like you said,
We
I
have
thought
that a
some
lot
action,
on Netflix.
like boom, ba, boom, boom.
There's a
boom,
lot of
ba.
it on Netflix, like The Crown.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah.
else?
And then there's the new
Right?
one. The it's not Queen Elizabeth. Princess Diana. They have a new Princess Diana. Yeah, Netflix original.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that one, but
Yeah.
that one was
Yeah.
about.
Princess Diana.
No, I know Prince Diana, but I think like when she's older or younger.
I don't know. I think it was before she was assassinated. I don't know. We should watch it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess we can put that in our bucket. Or
So
after
yeah,
the-
Jed, what do you think about the show?
Well, I think it's really fascinating. Come to think of it, I'm not a fan of chess, and I couldn't really relate too much about the openings or the terms that they're mentioning, and those competitions. But I was entertained. I've been more attached to the series because of you know the story behind the chess playing, like these emotional problems that she has, these mental disorders, and all those stuff. If you I'm I would say the focus is not really just with the game, or how she's winning the competitions and all that, but it focuses more on a I mean, a person's struggle to overcoming addiction and interpersonal problems or something like that. It's even deeper than just the chess game.
Yeah, I told this guy here that though chess was like a byproduct of the show, it was more
Yeah,
of her
the main point of the show.
transition of
Yeah.
her growth from when she was a child, as you said some time back, of when her being traumatized by a crazy mom to the point
Right.
where she is now to becoming independent. I mean, because at first I was like, she was a drug addict, and then she did admit it that she would use it only when she needs to towards the end, and then she drop it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was more focus on her growth, but it was more than that, because you said something about in one of the episodes, like you asked, isn't this a little bit draggy? But yet it's not boring, because most of it you see her just going to places
Yeah.
a lot of silent scenes and just panning of cameras going here where she's going. Didn't you say something about that?
Yeah. The show is draggy in a way that they're showing every detail of action that she's doing. Like when she was a student, they're showing her raising her hands that I gotta go to the bathroom, to walking, like
Right.
walking towards the basement, to walking down
There
the
were a lot
basement,
of those
to
scenes.
yeah,
Exactly.
but it wasn't boring. It wasn't like, oh, like
Right.
we already know what's
It,
happening.
and when I have those, when I'm watching movies with draggy scenes, I would skip it.
Mm-hmm.
But in this series, like I love watching every detail, like how she walks and how like her facial expression and all that, because it speaks a lot about how she turned out to be an addict, or how she went to this substance abuse and all that, and it would really help understand the type of character this person has, or how did she come up with the trauma and all that. So
Right.
Mhm.
it's just don't skip a part of it. Just don't
No,
skip
no,
anything.
seriously. So
It's a short series anyway,
yeah,
so
I really like the show. I think
I agree.
the show talks about chess, but I don't know if you guys noticed, and I noticed this. They didn't really show a lot of chess pieces, or how like game. Like they're showing that there's a game and
the
there's a
game, some
competition and
scenes,
match,
yeah.
Right.
and then that's it. But there's nothing really like sitting down, you watching them make moves,
Correct.
single, every pieces. It's like it's about chess, but not really about chess. It's about the
Yeah.
growth and of a young kid, an orphan kid, to
an
becoming
orphan.
a young, maybe one of the
Exactly.
youngest or the first youngest female
As,
grandmaster.
as if she's finding purpose in her life. I mean,
Right.
she was a single kid with a single mom who was psychotic,
Mhm.
if the lack of description, or if
And
I
she
was wrong.
killed herself in front of her daughter. So I mean, that's really
Well, I think she was
Right.
planning
traumatizing.
for both and
Yeah, for both of them to
to
die.
die, but the daughter happened to survive.
Yeah,
That's funny though. Like,
miraculously.
I mean, the whole thing wasn't
Without a
funny,
scratch.
but it's like no scratch, right? Like,
Right,
okay.
right. That part though,
And she wasn't
but-
wearing a seatbelt.
Right,
Like,
you
she
just
just
see her
survived.
flying.
as how these two men mention, it's a miracle.
Right.
It's
right.
just that it wouldn't be it's not how she may think of it.
Yeah, and it's
know,
not
'cause-
possible at all.
Do you
No.
think? I mean, it may have not mentioned, but do you think due to the crash, that how some people have some emotional side effect or defect from certain accidents, that it may have ruined? Because in her process of
uh-huh.
growth, she had a weird way of expressing things. Because
Mhm.
Right.
we couldn't
But
tell
I would
whether.
say it was before. It was even before the crash, because like the growing stage of a person, it would really start when you're a toddler, right? Like that's how you develop your personality. And
Yeah.
then she grew up in a broken family, and then her mom
In
being
foster home,
really
not a
mentally
foster home.
distorted, right?
Mhm.
What does you call
And
those
that,
kind of
so-
places?
It's orphanage.
Orphanage.
Yeah.
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 That's why during the crash is like like emotionless, because I guess she's already like used to or all the drama in the world and all that, just so she's not like, okay, I don't know how to feel anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I guess that was the peak of her, her emotions being at the
I'd
top,
agree.
but like there's nothing else. I guess is that what you're trying to say? Like that
Yeah.
accident, that very moment of her life,
That
Was-
was the peak.
and then she just became emotionless after that.
Yeah. It's like I don't know
Right.
what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Stop hitting the table. I could hear that.
Sorry. Um, but one of the funny things that I
That's so cute.
I know. It's like I'm almost done with this. I can't deal with this guy. Okay. So
anyway, one of the funny side of her transition is her character. I mean,
Uh-huh.
how I just don't know where the big eyes came from her younghood to adulthood. I'm like, her younger self, they weren't too googly as she is as an adult.
yeah, those are wide eyes.
I mean, I'm just
Holy
saying,
smokes.
unless it was a side effect of the drugs, because she was addicted to it back then.
Yeah, but she stopped though.
She's been up all night.
She's been yeah. I mean, come on. If you could see like chess pieces on the ceiling, your eyes might
Probably,
grow bigger. Like,
yeah.
no joke.
But not just grow bigger. They were googly and they were just separate. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to trash her or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
Although, man, and we were talking about this when we were watching it. She's really attractive. Like
Right.
Joy Ann Taylor is really
You did mention that in
And I
that
would say her eyes made her more attractive.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's like an
Absolutely.
because
right.
Yeah.
he was saying that in one of the episodes when we were watching it together is that during that period it was fitting. I mean, I don't see her in modern time, but that's my first impression of her, how she looks.
Right.
I mean, she can pull it off during
Yeah.
those days. I don't know how she looked
Her
now today.
hair. I think her hair is fake. I think it's wig. I'm not sure
I
if
think
it's real.
Like,
But the face and the attire that the clothes that they were wearing, it's so perfectly fit. Like her stature and her face is just perfect for 1960s. You know what I mean?
speaking of that, I have to commend to all those who made it as 1960 settings. I mean, the cars, the looks,
the buildings.
the buildings,
Yeah.
the storehouses. I was like, I commend to those.
I mean, the Vegas. Yeah.
And like Stranger Things, remember CB when we did this review for Stranger Things, like how in the world is the setting, or we supposed to think of this 1960 as well, or we really cannot figure out a timeline.
Right,
It's like
right.
they have this, but they have certain
modern
certain things in their
Yeah.
homes that are not for that particular
like it doesn't
era.
make sense. Yeah.
Yes.
decade. It's like, okay, so what's really the setting here? But this one, it's really the 1960s
Right.
kind of
And if
know,
in case someone
environment.
get lost, like they don't know what what year it is, they will tell you. It will literally say on the screen with big font,
Right.
1963, 1967 or something. I don't
Are
know.
you trying to just say it because I had a struggle to figure her age out at the time? Because you kept saying it, or I kept saying it was she's 13, but you
Right.
said no, it's 3 years later.
Right.
And yada yada yada.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, when she was 13, she doesn't look 13. Well, she didn't look 13.
she looked the same as she was 18.
I know, and they just removed the bangs. That's it.
Oh, okay. They removed the bangs and made her clothes look more
right,
adulty.
right.
Right.
Uh,
But I couldn't really tell.
But I had liked the overall how they set everything up to make it, respectfully to that era. So it was nice.
I think this movie, because they're saying like if it's based on true story or what, but it's not really based on true story, but I guess it's inspired by this
Real event?
female grandmaster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like her, like what's the name? Judy something. Judy.
I always
Talking
was
about the main character.
Yeah, the main character.
Joy Ann Taylor. Pretty sure that's her name.
But
it's
Anna
Joanne
Taylor. I mean, her character here, Beth Harmon, is like this girl in the real world.
Oh, okay.
Judith Pulgar, I guess is the name. Yeah.
Cougar.
So she's like the youngest chess, or the most famous or the most accomplished female chess player,
Oh, okay.
and the youngest during those years.
So she's not
who
the
actually,
only.
won several awards in chess, and then she also beat this Russian grandmaster. So it's really like them. It's like Borgov and Beth.
So it's not based on true story, but you mean it's based on
'cause
true events.
Russian,
No, it's
but inspired, not based on true story.
But inspired
Like
by-
how like how she's been an orphan or what, but the chess playing, and also I guess
It was
the
part of her life. Okay.
or some parts there. I guess the last part, that was based on like the moves that they have or how someone lost the game. It was based on the true a true game that was played before. So that those what do they call that? Like because there's this part where they pause the game and then they will resume it the following day.
Yeah,
The moves that they the moves that they followed, those were actually taken from competitions that really happen in a real life. Because the writer of this, it's from a novel actually. So the writer of this
That's what I
book
thought. Yeah.
really
I
asked
read
an
that. I heard
expert.
that.
Like that's how he came up with those terms like the openings and all those things.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it did say
Yeah.
at the end it was.
That's why it's like
based on a
really
novel.
coming from an expert.
I didn't know it was inspired.
Yeah, maybe
It's-
you talk
it's a
closer to the
novel.
microphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
It's a novel, but the novel is too short. It's supposed to just be like 6 episodes, but they came up with 7
Oh, okay.
in
Well,
on
Oh.
I-
Yeah. So, did you know what those green pills are?
Well,
The what?
you
The
kept
green
saying
pills.
they're tranquilizers.
Yeah.
They're meant to help you sleep. No.
Oh, the tranquilizers. You're talking about the green pills?
Yeah, the green pills.
Yeah. So the green pills or the tranquilizers, they call it a different name in the movie. It's a drug name that never existed, but it's
Oh.
actually related to, or it's referring to the Librium. It's a tranquilizer that's been given by orphanages to
Uh huh.
children, so
Why
that
though?
yeah, it's supposed to cure anxiety issues, and but it's to keep the children
Oh.
calm. Because if you're an orphan, I mean, since you did not grow up from that place or whatever, you came from a different family.
You lost your parents, like they died.
Right.
I
So
see.
they don't they wouldn't know how to control you,
Control
or
them, so they drug them.
they have, yeah, so they will give the sedatives
Well, that makes
to control the children or to sedate the children.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yep. But I don't know why they give it during the daytime. It's supposed to be given during the nighttime, right? I mean,
No,
it's to cure
I guess it's because they're more active, during the day,
during the
and
day.
that's more
Probably, yeah.
that's more you're like trying to figure out what you're gonna do, and that's more that's you have more anxiety, I guess.
And
in
it
the
hit her
morning.
hard the first time around because it was her first time.
Right, it was her first time. Yeah,
So the body wasn't used to it.
Yeah. Wakka knows. Who's your favorite non-main character of this movie? So this show. So not including Beth Harmon. Okay. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite non-main character? Let's start with you, Jed.
I would say Beltic. I
Ooh,
so love Harry
Beltic.
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 Yeah.
Yo, okay, hold on. Before you say your things, did you notice that Netflix, when they hire someone, they keep the person for the most part. You know what I mean?
Right.
try to
It's
keep
just
them,
Yeah, they try to
from
keep
the
The devil all the time.
all the
The
time.
devil
Yeah,
all the time.
Dudley.
He also
right?
played in another movie. I don't think you guys watched it. It was another Netflix movie. The Old Guardian or the Old Protector.
The
He-
Old Guard. The Old Guard?
The Old Guard. I think it's the Old Guard.
Yeah, Jed
Yeah.
watched it. And he was in there too?
Yeah, he was the rich business kid who
Oh.
you remember?
Right. Wait.
He was the rich business kid. He was trying to find a cure, and he.
Oh,
You remember now?
him? Yeah, I
It-
think so. It,
it
was
was
him.
him.
The one who fell off the
The building.
building.
Yeah. So he played in that one. He played his original accent, but in the devil all the time. I mean, you've been
Yeah. his accent.
phenomenal about it.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish your thing.
Sorry,
yeah,
Jed.
we're
Go
stealing
ahead.
it.
You
Okay,
still
go
got the
ahead.
spotlight.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Harry Beltic, because I thought he's arrogant. I mean, from the start when his character was introduced, I thought it was really arrogant, you
Right.
know, because he's a chess master and all that. But how, like, the twist, how he's secretly in love with Beth, and he had his teeth fixed just for
yeah,
her.
Just for her, right?
Right.
And how he cared so much for Beth, despite all her demons. I love that. I so love that. Yeah.
Harry Beltic. I don't like that his face is so asymmetric.
You know, he's been complaining about that during the whole movie.
You're
And
so
any movie that
bad.
he's in and he
I'm
watches,
sorry. Yeah, because I'm looking at him. I mean, he's attractive
But
man.
I
Okay?
love how
He's
he is so humble
Yeah,
about him
he's-
being a
he's
grandmaster, being defeated and all.
He's an attractive man. He's very talented. His accents are phenomenal
he's not talking about him in the character movie. He's talking about him as a person.
as a person. Like his face is so asymmetric. I don't know if you noticed, but his eyes, I think it's the left eye. The left eye is higher than the right eye.
Yeah, he's
They're
been
like-
annoyed by that the whole time watching.
They're
it.
like
Not
this.
doing this. Oh my God.
They're like this.
How could you?
They're like
Okay, no, Wakka's talking about Anya Taylor's appearance, and now you're talking about Harry. What's his last name? Because his real name is also Harry, right? Harry.
Is it? Potter.
Yeah.
I'm just
Harry
kidding.
Potter.
Harry Mel? Oh my God! I
You do
forgot
know
his
that
name,
he
but
was
he's
from
also
Harry Potter, right?
Well, yeah, but
real life.
she didn't know, but that he was in Harry Potter when we
Oh.
had the
But he was the fat kid. in
devil.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
the devil all the time. Because the transformation was phenomenal.
Exactly.
Like Dudley.
Right.
From oh my god, she's crazy. But yeah,
Oh,
we like him, and we were talking about his accent. I was hoping that he kept the southern accent, the deep southern accent that he had in The Devil All the Time, because he was 1960s. You know, it's acceptable.
Right.
And they're in Kentucky. Kentucky has
The same state that wasn't. No, it was West Virginia.
yeah,
in that one.
Kentucky is one of the southern, like they have a southern accent in Kentucky.
Right.
So
Right.
it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like he should have kept
yes,
it.
because he is the I mean, he's the
State
chess
champion.
master in
State
Kentucky.
former
Yeah.
state
Yeah,
champion.
Kentucky
Yeah, former
champion.
They're always like that though. Like even Benny, like when they're when they were the champion, they were they were arrogant.
New York
like,
Benny, right?
Yeah,
New
Benny.
Yorker.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
all arrogant. Like Beltic was arrogant. Like, would you mind? You know what I mean? Like he was late. He came into the final match against her late. Because he was, he was arrogant. Like I'm gonna win this
Yeah,
fight
and,
anyway, so I don't care.
I guess he was having his coffee that
Right,
time.
right. And then Beth Harmon said, "Well, if you came, you could have time to, I don't know, something,
Right,
or come
yeah.
up with a
If you
plan."
came
But she
early-
still lost
Yeah,
anyway in that scene, right?
Oh yeah.
If you
yeah,
weren't
big time.
late,
Yeah, if you weren't
yeah.
late. So they were all arrogant till they got beaten. And then they're like, not Harry. Benny said, "Do you still like my hair?
Oh my god, I love that part. Yeah,
Do you still like my
that was so
hair?"
cheesy.
I thought
It
that
was-
was
that was
very
so
cheesy.
of him.
But
I
that's
know.
fitting during the 60s, I guess, 70s.
I know. Do you still like my hair?
Benny probably is the type of person that I would greatly hate in person, and Harry then would be the character that I'd probably fall in love in person.
Beltic?
No,
Yeah, Beltic.
no, Beltic or Benny? I thought you
No,
said Benny.
Beltic. No, Benny. She said
Beltic.
Benny's
Oh,
the
Benny's the
Benny
one she'll
was
be
the
ignored by.
arrogant, self-centered.
Yeah. Like
Blah.
there's always crowd around him
Well,
and stuff.
Yeah,
It's because your personality is black and white. You'll definitely hate the guy and you'll love the other. But with what's her name? Forgot.
Stop.
Harmon.
Tapping the
I am
table.
sorry. I'll put my hand here now. Okay,
Harmon.
anyway, that's weird. Yeah, Harmon.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know how to process all that. I mean, she was like emotionless emotionally in all of
Oh.
those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like how to deal with. I guess she was awkward. Also, Beltic was awkward in the
You
time
know-
when they were staying together.
Yeah.
right. This is the part that I'm telling you. Somehow I kind of like relate to her personality, because I think she has this borderline personality disorder. Like she has the tendency to push people away because she cannot process what's going on inside her, and she has all the problems internally, or like she has her inner problems that she can't understand. Remember the part where she flew off from I guess that was Paris, and then
Mhm.
she Benny asked her to stop over in New York, and then she said something like, "No, I want to be alone," and then she was like, "No, you cannot be alone," and she was like, she's caught between wanting to have a company to comfort her but wanting to have no one,
Around
because
her? Yeah.
it's like, what if I wanted to be alone? I think she said
Mm.
something
makes
related to
sense.
that. Like,
Yeah.
what if I wanted to be
Speaking
alone?
of-
What if I enjoy being alone? Or
Speaking of personality disorder, did you know that she's in Split?
I did not know that. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't watched it, but I did not
yeah,
know that.
I didn't know her other. I didn't like. I could remember, or her face is so familiar. I could remember her having this black long hair, but I
Right,
just
yeah.
couldn't like,
Oh.
pinpoint
Yeah, it was-
what movies she's
Yeah,
in.
it was actually Bella who
It's
told me.
only, it's only this movie that she was really given a good break, or the
Mhm.
recommendation that
Yeah.
she deserves.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Bella told me that she was in Split. I'm like, really? Because the
Yeah,
only
'cause
person that I can remember
watched the movie
is
Split.
is McAvoy, the Xavier, Dr. Younger Xavier. That's the only person.
Yes.
And I don't like that movie anyways, because I'm not a big M. Night Shyamalan, especially what you did to
I love
What
James
she did
McAvoy.
or what
Dragon.
he
No,
did?
M. Night Shyamalan, what he did to, I think it was Dragon Ball Z, the movie.
He
The
played
Dragon.
in that one?
No, he directed that movie.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did.
No wonder it was whack.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's either Dragon Ball or the Last Airbender.
Well,
But they're
either-
both whack.
they were
Yeah.
both
Um,
sad.
So I didn't like it.
That's the part I hated about Split too. I mean, it's just way too much. It became supernatural instead of it being a mental disorder.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
just too much.
But yeah, so we actually thought that she was Alita.
Yeah, because her eyes were naturally
So
that
the eyes were so
were,
Because of the googly eye.
googly, so we thought she was Alita,
and then
the warrior.
what do you call the word? CGL.
CGI, yeah,
CGI did the rest, but no, it's actually someone else.
yeah.
Is it Anita or
Alita
Alita.
with the
Alita?
L.
Alita.
Say it again.
Alita.
There you go.
Oh god, with the eyebrows.
With the eyebrow. That's the eye, googly eyes. Who is your favorite non main character?
Personally, I like the mother.
Interesting.
She played a
Are we
big
talking
role.
about the foster mom?
Yeah, the foster mom. She played a good role in her life. I
What's
mean,
her name?
Oh yeah.
Sarah? I don't even know. I
Um,
forgot.
Oh my god, I can only remember the Wheatley. Not Allison?
Alma.
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 Yeah. All I
So
know it starts with an A-L.
Alma,
Alma.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not liking her because she knows how to play the piano.
Dude, chick can play, bro.
Yes, she can. Way
She
better
can
than
play.
I can.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Another trivia. Not really a trivia, but kind of because I did some digging on a tranquilizer thing because it's like, how in the world are they giving that as vitamins during those years? But it was given also to housewives during those
Oh.
times. Yeah, because
Oh.
like those were the times that men are
So
like
sexist.
the one doing the work and always out and
No, it's like
being sent to places and
Right.
stuff, so they
I
use it
feel
for
like
the
that's
housewives.
yeah. I mean, it's the '60s, so that's kind of. I mean, it was sexist towards the chess player because remember when she started, Beth Harmon started chess. People were hating her. We were hating her because she's like a woman and she's playing chess, and they even said there's no woman
Well,
in chess.
during that time,
We
in
don't
the
have women's chess.
Because
I don't
in
know.
real life,
Mhm.
yeah, because in real life, the men chess and the women chess are separate,
Right.
and then it has something to do with the men women
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. So
gap
Yeah,
before. Yeah,
That's what I was
so
trying to say because during that period, during that era in America, I don't know if you've learned it where you've been here. Women were not equal to men.
underrated.
Yes, they were underrated. They didn't think women is
Valued, yeah.
capable of doing what men can do. Now, of course, Harmon didn't think of it in a sexist way. She knew how to play. She just wanted to play.
Right.
But yeah, during that year, all the men around her was like,
right.
"You sure you want to play this game?"
I'm going. The reason why I brought that up because they were tranquilizing. They were tranquilizing wives. I'm like, yo, you need to calm down. As a wife,
It's
you
not
need to be
really that
calmed
they're
down.
tranquilizing them, but they are like prescribing those to housewives.
I see
or-
where he's going at.
Like-
Like you were saying, how you described in the orphanage, how kids are traumatized due to whatever like heavy life trauma that they have gone through. They don't know how to deal with it. Now, going to your concept
Right.
of sexist, men do not know how to deal with their wives' problems. So, like, hey, I know you just told me not to
I'm
hit
gonna
the
give
table.
you a tranquilizer
Take this.
one more time. You hit the table.
Basically, like you said, maybe it's just men at that time because, again, the concept of men at that time didn't think highly of women, like you described them, underrated, unappreciated, or just didn't undermined them. They didn't think they could be as great or can do what men can do. And since
Right.
women are
Like-
so
like
emotional, they will just give it to them.
Yeah, to calm them
Right,
down.
like Alma, she's supposed to have a talent, like the piano playing, but it was undermined. And I don't know if you've noticed when Beth went to this like a local pharmacy, that they have like the name and the guy said something like this will be her. She only has 3 bottles left or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
3
Yeah,
prescriptions
sh-
left.
like she needs
So
to slow down or
really,
something.
it's like you would have your name in it and like so it's really a normal thing during that
No,
that
it's no,
era,
no.
I
That
guess.
that actually that part is actually
Her
so
fault.
here in America, right? Here in America, when you consult your doctor, your hospital will contact will ask you. They will ask you who's your preferred pharmacy, and then you go to pharmacy and they have your information in
I
there.
see.
Yep, yep. Because that happens in here
I
too.
did not know that,
Yeah.
but I rarely go to the
Yep.
pharmacy.
So they have your information in their
So it
system.
started long
Yep.
then,
So yeah.
even before.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
that's
case.
right. Okay, now I remember. That makes sense. I just rarely go
Yeah.
to the doctor.
Right.
It's
I
it's
was just gonna say
different
like
here
yeah.
in the Philippines.
I was just gonna say, how do I know this more than you do? But then again, I have two kids, so like we go to pharmacy all the time because of Courtney.
Not that you take the tranquilizers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
I probably should.
No, um,
Okay, my favorite non main character in the show is
Jolene.
actually who? Jolene?
Jolene.
No, it's who was it? Benny. I like Benny.
Benny
you mean
Watts,
the
the
New
arrogant.
Yorker?
Well,
The
yeah.
Yeah, the
arrogant?
New Yorker. Yeah.
Speaking of Benny, have you noticed when chess during that time, as the years went on,
Mm-hmm.
like the interest of it was dying out, that he was struggling to look for some attention,
Yeah.
that he just found like a kid who is studying to be a
Oh.
journalist.
Right. Right.
Like, because
right.
he was so used to being around men who were interested and trying to get, popular
Right, and
or
he's like a
attention.
celebrity of the chess industry or the chess thing,
Right.
right?
Well,
He's the
he's in
front cover,
yeah, he's in the Time magazine. So like he was really popular.
the chess magazine.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I like him not because he's a
He's
I mean he's a
arrogant.
great actor and he was in Maze Runner.
Correct.
Yeah, he was in Maze
Yes.
Runner. But I like that he told he knows how to recognize defeat because he told Beth Harmon nope. When
Yeah,
they
he's
were
very
there,
straightforward.
when they were playing and Beth Harmon said again like she did the same thing that he did to her during that quick match.
Yeah.
Beth said again. He said, "Nope, I'm done."
The speed game.
Right, and during the time that Beth was trying to build a sexual tension between them, and then touching
Yes.
his hair, it's like, "What are you doing?" And then he said about sex. Not
Forget
gonna happen.
about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Like we
Right.
thought he's gay. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what we thought.
I'm not into
Yeah.
girls. That's so forget about it. That's how we thought. And then
Well, I
this
never thought he's gay though, but I kind of feel like he's just so in love with himself. That's why he never had the
right.
probably the
Mm.
the time to
And then
be
yeah, and then
attracted to another
and
girl.
the third thing is we all know that he fell in love with her. Not really fell in love with her, but he liked her. You know what I mean? But he
Platonically, probably.
like
Yeah,
he's
but
really
not
attracted. Like he's
romantically.
attracted to her. That's what I'm saying. Like he's attracted to her, and he's probably willing to build a relationship with her or anything like that. I don't know, but
Mm.
he could, like he
I
told
guess.
her, "Don't ever call me again." That's
Yeah.
it. Like if you
Oh,
compare
yeah.
if you compare Benny to Beltic, like Beltic fell in love with her like big time, but Beltic if you call
Big time,
Beltic,
really big time.
you know if
yeah.
if
Very much.
Beth called Beltic one day, Beltic will I can guarantee you Beltic will go
Will
back
take it.
and come over. But Benny's like, nope, you're never calling me again. We're done.
And,
That's it.
and it's
Right.
because Benny didn't
It's
like,
like-
the fact that she lost herself because I don't know how she ended up falling into that rabbit hole of drinking like her mom. And
Oh,
yeah, because you remember she was in that lost concept because
Yeah.
she stopped taking her drugs. I think that's the time she
Right,
stopped
but-
taking them. Go ahead.
but that's another thing I really like about the movie, because you don't just how did she turn alcoholic all of a sudden? It's not something like that. It started when she was still in high school when her mom started
Foster mom or real mom?
showing her how to drink. Yeah, she had her taste this.
Oh yeah, you
There's
called
this
that one.
liquor that he had her taste, and
yeah.
then she had her drink beer. At a very young age. I mean, the foster mom allowed her to do that, and she has this bad influence, or the her foster mom being the role model, and being alcoholic. So it's kind of like, and all the problems that she is facing mentally and emotionally. So it's really most likely that she will turn up alcoholic. I even thought that she'd die if this is from Shakespeare,
Mm-hmm.
I would say she would
She would be
die
dead.
in the last
Right.
part of the movie
Right.
if
Right.
Shakespeare was a writer.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually realized that would be the case when the reporter, remember that scene with the reporter who's antagonizing
Oh,
her and asking her all of these things. I think I remember the reporter saying about her being genius, right? And he
and
said,
creativity
yeah, yeah,
and
Oh,
and then she said,
psychosis, they
yeah,
go
yeah,
together,
yes, exactly. So she said like I don't.
often go together.
Beth
Yeah.
said I don't find any problems with that. But she said, yeah, yeah, psychosis and addiction go together.
No,
So
creativity and psychosis.
yeah, I'm talking about like the
That's
the,
just
the
two.
reason why, because she mentioned about
Ah,
she got addicted to pills or she got addicted.
you
Do you
said
think playing
Beltic
chess?
called that one. Is that
No,
what
no,
you're
not
saying?
Beltic. The reporter told her
Oh, that's
oh
during
no,
that
right.
time.
no.
That's right. In the
Beltic
beginning.
did. I mean, the reporter didn't know about the addiction
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
because
no.
the mom
Hold
didn't
on,
know
hold on.
about
Can you
that
let me
too.
finish? Can
yeah.
you let me
I
finish?
remember what he's talking about.
The reporter said, "Do you think playing chess is an addiction? Because being genius and
Ah,
addictions go together." So I'm like, in my head, it's like, oh, this is why she got addicted to the pills, and this is why she's gonna get addicted to cigarettes and alcohol because
and
of this whole thing.
alcohol.
Because
That
she's a
that's
genius.
yeah.
Yeah.
N-
Because she
That's
she the
also
report so
possible.
the
She
reporter said, do you think playing chess is an addiction? You're addicted to playing chess.
Mm,
You're addicted to doing
what was
all
her
these
answer
things.
though? I forgot.
no,
Nothing.
she
Did
No,
she
was
because
say?
the mom came
kept
in.
came in and cut her off
Oh yeah,
because
Yeah, yeah.
she just
she was just like,
Yep.
ignored
what you
the
call
cut.
that? She was
But
toxic
Mm-hmm.
to her.
I would say she also has like the OCD. Like she would really want to perfect everything when it comes to chess. She's so into it that a single mistake she would like go over it and she would analyze where is her weakness. Even if she
Mm-hmm.
won the game, she would still go back to the game, the moves that she made, and find her weak spot. Right? I mean that's not
Mm.
Yeah, I
a
mean,
normal
if
thing. She's
she's
so obsessed with the
yeah,
game,
she's not OCD in general OCD, but I think she's OCD
but
in just
just
specific
with the
with chess.
chess.
Nothing else. Nothing else. Like not even because I don't know if you noticed the Russians when they play in that whole show, when they because even the kid Russian, remember that kid that almost
Oh
beat
yeah,
Beth.
the 13 year
Yeah, the
old.
13-year-old.
Oh yeah.
When Beth said you're the best chess player that I've ever played, him and Borgov. If you notice and if you rewatch the show, they did the same routine every beginning of the game.
Yeah, they
is
have
to
it like a
touch,
tradition or a
yeah,
routine,
touch
in
the pawns first,
like
and then
organizing
rook.
them.
Yeah, I think it's rook, in and then out, or
Yeah.
pawns and then rook. Ah, we cut
You
out
guys
again.
froze.
Dang it!
Dun dun dun. Is it the
Why
internet
is
or
there
is it the
cat-
camera?
No, it's the camera.
More
I think it's that thing right there.
Can you? Oh yeah. Can you hear us, Jed?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you?
But you know, you turn into those creepy guys again.
Oh, just it. This time it says
Yeah.
maximum, not the guys.
Does it say the guy in your screen?
No, you turn into that
Darkness.
creepy
Hello, darkness, my old
stalker
friend.
mode.
We're
No
back.
picture.
Okay.
No, there you go.
Yeah.
You're
so
back.
yeah, so she has an OCD on playing and accomplishing and finishing because she really wants to beat him, but she's not OCD in touching every pawn. She does. What I'm trying
Not
to say is,
generally.
yeah, she didn't have a ritual. Like she didn't have a ritual. Okay, so this is the things that I need to do.
She
to
just
win the
comes
game.
there to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
It's funny how they kind of picked her routine
Mm-hmm.
when she's stuck and upset.
Yeah.
She would just storm out.
Yeah. She gets really mad. Yeah.
Um,
And this is why the tranquilizer is helping her a lot. Because remember, her mom said you need to relax. Like that's your secret weapon, basically, is to
Yeah.
relax. You need to relax. So she was winning because of the tranquility, because she's relaxed, and it was
okay.
evident during the last
Yes.
episode, the
'Cause she
very last
finally
episode, because she was
relaxed.
like, just relax,
That's true.
and she can see
Right.
the pieces on the ceiling.
That was,
Yeah.
that was
That's
cool.
that's her greatest struggle. And I think Benny, no, Harry pointed it out. Like she has this um anger control issues. Like I forgot the line, but he said something like, um, anger is a potent spice.
Mm.
Anger is a potent spice. A pinch wakes you up. A pinch wakes you up. Too much dulls your senses or something like that. Like, if she gets too emotional,
Mm-hmm.
she loses all her senses. Like when she was so nervous facing Borgov,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
she was just like she forgot all the moves and
Yeah.
everything. You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about things that it didn't make any sense in the show. So I think I noticed some of them. One of them is the very very beginning of the episode.
How they started?
Yeah.
How they started?
Yeah, when they started the show is, she woke up. It's basically the second match of Beth and Borgov, because they fought 3 times.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah,
you're
it
talking
was
about
the second
the
match.
Paris game.
Yes, they that's how they started the episode
Oh, where she slept with that one other
with the
Russian.
chick.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. So
The
because she took
woman
a pill and then they
with
were in the
Cleo.
they were in the elevator, and then she was late, so she sat down and faced Borgov. So to me, it doesn't make any sense because that episode, that scene, is not very vital on the whole show. Like you make more sense if they put the very first episode to the third game of the last game of Borgov and Beth, not the second game. Like there's not really anything important in that second game, besides she freaked out and she late and she has so much anxiety. That's it.
Mm-hmm. But for me, I think they had to do that because if they start like from the beginning of how she became an orphan and all that, like the flashback
Mm-hmm.
part, it would turn out boring.
No, no,
But
no, no. I get
one,
that. I get that. I think it's a good taste and it's a good move not to start with being an orphan, because you don't have
mhm.
like that's her origin story. Now this is like something that you're gonna look forward to. That very first scene is like,
What brought you to
yeah,
that point?
right.
Kind of
Yeah,
concept.
but what brought you to that scene is that scene, which
Of,
It could have
that scene.
of
it could
all
have
scenes that could have been
been a
important, but that
different
scene.
scene.
Okay,
Yeah,
I see
you
what
know
you
what I
mean.
mean? Like that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
second game
I
is
think
not.
what you're trying to say, they could come up with all the other scenes that were important,
Mm-hmm.
like her winning the game or
Right,
something, or
right.
anything more significant compared to that part.
Maybe,
Um, maybe
maybe.
just because they wanna show that she is really a disturbed girl or something. I don't know, but
Mm.
yeah, it could have been a different scene.
Do you think that from that scene, that's where her character changed, or her Because normally she's never late for a chess game. She's always on time and so forth. Do you think that's where it all started,
Oh
where
yeah.
she tanked into that little rabbit
Mm.
hole?
Yeah, yeah, because she quit. Like she quit totally after that game.
Yeah, she kept drinking water because it was out of her character. It's like, but then I still see where you're pointing out. I was like, what was so significant of that whole process? But maybe it's because that's where her character, her how everyone knew her before, tanked.
Mhm.
She became late. She became a drunk. She got lost in herself and so forth. Maybe I'm just
Or
saying.
Mm.
or probably that's the part where she started to like recall or realize how she started and all that because she was so like in a you know blacked out or whatever. I don't know, she was
Yeah, because
out of her mind
if I
during
would
that time. I don't know.
yeah if I would choose a first episode
That would mean something.
that would mean something, I would probably choose the Moscow scene where she's sitting down, and then so this is how I pictured the very first episode. Right, she'll be sitting down with people behind her. So we have no idea that that's a Moscow game, right? She was just sitting down, right? And we didn't even have an idea that was Borgov, right? The very first episode,
So
there
what,
was a face of a man. Like, who is this guy? That's it. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't explain that was Borgov until we saw the newspaper with the Borgov's face. I'm like, oh, that's
so
Borgov.
that's the guy.
The guy's name is Borgov. So I would, if I would do the very first episode, it would be her in Moscow, sitting down waiting for Borgov, and then her face, right, the camera right in front of her, like this,
Yeah.
right in front of her, and then
Her looking up.
then the next scene will be on her point of view, Borgov sitting down off camera first, sit down, his face. That's it.
I guess that's
Right.
more
You know what I mean?
ideal of a
And that would be the third game with them. and because
Mm,
it's important because
Yeah, and
that's the
I would
last game.
that's the
say
very last game.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I would say if you're doing a flashback scene, or it should really be like um the final moment where you get to realize everything, or you get to realize your how you ended up, or how you succeeded,
mm-hmm.
right? I mean, not in the middle and then you do a flashback and then you go. Yeah,
Right
makes
past that.
sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe also the director is kind of throwing us off because it's like in
Well,
our
if
head.
he did, it worked.
Yeah, because in our head it's like, oh, we saw this in the first scene, and then we already seen it. So what's gonna happen next? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, I get
Like
it.
that's the
Right.
flash. That's the very first episode, and now we're in this scene where we saw that from the very first episode, but she lost. So what now? Is that it? She's done. She's gonna move on. She's not gonna play Borgov anymore.
I
But
mean,
we
she
know
lost the
she's gonna
first time
play.
with
But we know she's gonna play Borgov again, anyways. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being maybe just being critical.
Speaking of him, he I think there was a time or two that I thought that he was the one that the mom was pen paling
Oh, the one in
when they went to
Mexico. Yeah,
when they went to the zoo. I
Oh,
thought that was the
Manuel.
Emmanuel.
Yes,
yeah
Manuel.
yeah we thought that was Manuel. But because they so look alike, if you look at because they didn't really see his face, you only saw the angle, but with the beard or mustache beard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Here
God.
I thought when they were in Paris,
Yeah.
I thought Borgov was the wife's husband, missing husband. I went to
Oh,
Denver.
really?
Yeah. Remember when they were at the zoo? They were looking at this and there was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was
That's what I thought at first,
Oh, he
but-
has a different family now. But he looked at her, and I thought he just didn't recognize her. I was like, oh, that was Borgov. Okay, that makes sense. So another thing that didn't make sense to me is when I think when she got invited, which okay, I will commend the
Oh,
cameraman.
the apple pie.
No, not the apple pie, but I will commend the camera crew. They did a great job with pannings and stuff like that with
Oh,
all the angles. But my criticism is just two main scenes in the whole show. The first one is when she was on the phone talking to, I think it was the Crusade, or she's getting invited or something. I don't know. She's sitting down on the chair, and then they're panning towards the. This is after she renovated the whole house. Remember
yeah.
when
When
you said,
they were just reviewing the whole
Yeah.
house.
reviewing the whole house? That's fine with me. But the problem is when they rotated and they ended on the wall, like the wall, and then the door, the front door, the wall and the front door. That's it. They were spinning. I can picture him doing the spin, panning and stuff like that. But they ended on the wall, not on her,
Yeah, which
not on
doesn't make
anything.
sense.
It's just the wall. And then the second one, is the very last scene when she went to the park, and Courtney mentioned this because we were watching this with Courtney. It's the amount of shakiness that they were doing. You know, 'cause-
The ending scene.
the ending part when she went to the park and played with the old people. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I'm getting the effect that they're trying to make is her walking. You know what I mean? That's the shaking part. It's like she's walking, and then the intensity of freedom. Like I'm done with chess now. I can do whatever I want.
Mhm.
But it's so crazy shake that I got dizzy just watching that scene. I remember it's like this is so much
Yeah,
motion.
I've seen
movement.
movies with the shaking of running or
Mhm.
walking, but yeah, that was a bit much
That
on
was
this
a
one.
lot, and it's a long
Yeah, it
shaking
was a
scene.
long one.
Yeah.
What I see what your point is. I'm trying to think of other scenes that didn't make sense.
Oh, the another one is the.
I'm not
I
good at
think-
catching like he
I'm
does.
sorry. I think this part is just. It makes sense. It kind of makes sense, and maybe you guys have a different point of view on this, but I feel like it's not necessary to have that scene where. Remember when she met these college students and they got drunk in
Oh
the
God,
house?
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
that,
had
that was
sex,
the part where.
and then she woke up in the morning, cleaned the whole place, and then that's it.
Yeah, that was just random.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. It's like it's
Right.
just to add something in the episode.
and
I guess her growth, her
I would
process,
I
her
would
journey.
say I would say it would make sense if they ended the part where she used, I mean, she smoked with those college friends, because I mean that would add up to her being abusive of, or being alcoholic and all that. But the part where she has to stay there for another day and then she has to call her mom, I mean that it took a lot of time for that part, or for those people who are not, or who are insignificant in the film. So
Mhm.
it's like, okay, so what happened to the guy who took her virginity? I mean,
Right, right. Yeah, and then I mean, it would make sense like if towards the ending of the show, when everybody's listening to the game, right? When everybody's listening to the final game, if you have a scene of those college students listening to her,
right.
you know what I mean? Like that would maybe like, oh yeah, I remember those people. Those are the people that she hung out with, and that was the guy that took her
Right. They should
virginity.
have. They
You know what
should
I mean?
have. Yep. And also those. Um. The Apple Pie Club. Yeah, we get it. Like they're trying to point out that she tried to
Oh
socialize,
yeah,
and
that's
that.
right.
But I just also don't understand why. I mean, that part where she got invited over, and that. And then she was like, okay, this is not my environment, and then I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a drink to this. And I thought that part was made because it's with or Whitley, or the husband of her foster mom, is the guy sitting there in the couch. I thought it was
Yeah, yeah,
him.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I thought that was the purpose of the scene,
Right, right.
but it wasn't. It was just her taking the whiskey, I guess.
Yeah,
But
Oh, I see.
I
yeah,
mean,
That's right. I
that
yeah,
remember
also
now.
doesn't make sense.
yeah. I know, I
And then
know.
she bumped to her again
Right,
in
right.
this.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
speaking
No,
my
of
god,
her,
she
twice,
keeps
twice.
popping
she did.
out.
She did
You
twice.
know,
Yeah.
She, all the people that she met had a drastic change because, or have since she's met. She was the bully, and her character changed the moment she became a mom,
Mm-hmm.
and she acted just like her foster mom.
Yeah.
right?
Stuck.
But
Mm-hmm.
did you notice the? Did you notice the? I guess those are, I don't know, wines or something.
Yeah. The
But there's
drinks in the
liquors,
bag. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
in her,
Yeah.
that's
yep,
what I meant.
lower part. Because it would, I think, I've read a review. It's to point out that that women became alcoholic too,
Mm-hmm.
or something. So it's like a common thing for housewives during that time to become alcoholic, or I don't know, but it's, yeah, because they cannot deal with the emotional stress
Mm-hmm.
that they have, you know,
Right.
staying
Right.
at home, being a full-time mom, and you don't have your
Right.
husband with you, because most of
Right.
the men, they go out for work and busy all the time.
It
Mm.
must have been
So
really harder for the foster mom, Alma. You said
Mm-hmm.
when
yeah,
the
uh-huh.
dad, her husband, disappeared forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, so are you guys done with mistakes or anything that you
I
didn't know?
didn't really think of anything. It's just that the whole show was interesting. It's just a lot of
Yeah.
dead airs that just.
How about you, Jed? You notice any more mistakes or anything that didn't make sense to
Mm,
you or you wanted to replace?
that I would want to replace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just those parts. I mean, the Apple Pie Club and the college friends.
Mm.
Was there a
Uh,
purpose? Okay, just one thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
yes.
Jed. Was there a reason why? Uh, excuse me. Harmon did what she did to the kid. Like when she left, she got nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Then she came back and she did awkward
Yeah, I think she's trying to distract him.
just to shake him, right?
Mhm.
Like that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
but I
she
thought
was
that was
just
weird
trying
where
to
she had to go
distract-
across the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
room.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she was distracting him. Yeah,
it
she was
worked.
just distracting him.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
Yeah, and it worked.
mm,
So speaking of the foster dad, actually he's not a foster dad. He's the adopted. Like they adopted him.
yeah, okay,
And I
the
think
adopt.
yeah. So anyway, he's the worst character in the show.
Oh
He
yeah,
is the worst character in the
God,
show. Not because he couldn't act, not because he couldn't do his job.
Mr. Whitley.
He's just terrible person. Like he's just
He
terrible.
is
Like
right.
he left the wife and the kid, and then when she died, he didn't
He didn't
like
care.
nothing. He didn't care, and he said you can keep the house, and she kept the house,
But
and now he
eventually,
came back. It's like I want the house. Like what?
yeah, when he had known that she became famous, and
Mhm.
then he decided to, like, I'm gonna get the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Actually,
take
I
the
don't
house.
think he knew because, when
He-
she
Oh yeah,
when
because
she
he's like,
bought.
you have that much money?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think he
Yeah.
knew at all. I don't because if you know, he didn't care about her at all from the very start, and
Mhm.
he was very open to the fact that I did not sign those papers to get you. I'm not your fault. She wanted you,
Right.
not
I
Mhm.
think
me.
he
Mhm.
just I think he just said you can keep the house just, to
To shake her
cut
off.
the
Kept the
conversation or
conversation, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she asked him, "What
to,
do you want me to do with the house?" Yeah, nothing. He said
yeah,
nothing.
just to
Just
get away with,
Yeah.
the responsibility of
Mhm.
taking care of the dead
Yeah,
wife.
we
I think
didn't.
that's why
Did you
he's
did you notice? Did you know? Because I didn't notice at all. Maybe you did, or Jed, you did. What did he do exactly? Like, what does he do?
he was a salesman, but um, he's a salesman, but they didn't mention of what kind of sales
Mm-hmm.
he did. But it meant traveling,
yeah.
Mm.
because in them days, the job was sales,
Mm-hmm.
and the best way to interact making sales is to actually meet them physically.
Mm. I thought he was a politician or something.
Nah, I mean
Yeah.
they wouldn't be
Right.
in that position. Then there'd be more people coming in and messing her up.
I don't know. Like it's just a small politician or a lawyer or some sort. I don't know. Cause I didn't. Cause I thought he was dead. Like I thought he died. Then until she died, and then she told the bellboy or the manager of the hotel, like, hey, find this person. That's all I want. Just
All they
find this
kept saying
person.
is that he was stuck. That his flight to come back was indefinite,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
I don't know.
Yeah, he was detained and all. But I from the start I already figured out that this guy doesn't love this wife,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was just, coming up with excuses to get away from her. And I also but they did not really showed it, but I kind of feel like he already has a different family.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yep. Yeah.
he's trying to avoid the wife.
Yeah.
that's what
That's
I
what we
thought. I
thought.
was like, I'm waiting for the next lady to walk up or his next
Right. I
wife
Kid
was waiting
or
for
or
that. It
kid.
kid
would
to
Yeah.
make
show up in
sense
the
why
scene.
he's
In all of the time that he disappeared, it was just him by himself. I mean,
Yeah.
in all the scenes he was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. He's a piece of work.
Well, he
why
is a
did
piece
he
of
not
work, but he
just
worked.
break up with her anyway? I
I don't
mean,
know.
I
I
guess
think,
face.
or it just cost money to get an annulment or
yeah,
split
No,
up
well,
with
yeah,
somebody
it did.
divorce in
or divorce.
U.S. I mean, it still worked back then.
Right. But it still costs money though. That's what
It
I'm
costs
saying.
money, but it
Right.
costs more
Whoever
money
would
to the
file the
guy.
Well,
divorce,
yeah, that's why
right?
he didn't file a divorce.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is
Yeah.
that divorce? It could
Yeah.
he didn't want to lose money or half of his assets go to her
Right.
or to the
Right.
kid.
Right. Yeah. So one another thing that Wakka and I talking about this, but mainly him. So he was a little not off guard, but he was a little indefinite with the mom's relationship towards Beth.
From the
Yes.
start.
Yeah, say something
Yes.
about that.
Uh, in the beginning, I thought she wanted a kid, to get with her and stuff like that. And then, of course, you see Harmon go to school and she's getting bullied. And the dad come in saying something about her outfit, and then the mom kind of slightly agrees and is like, "Yeah, you do." And that's where it tripped me, is because when they go to the store, it seemed like she didn't care. She's like, "All right, it fits you. Go to the next." Like she just dicks
Yeah.
next. Like there was no expression. Like they both were two peas in the pod that they don't know how to express to themselves. It was just in that store scene that
Right,
would
right.
she didn't know how to act. But I guess her issues
Mm-mm.
with her husband was bothering her too. And then later,
Yeah, that was
go ahead.
that was a little bit shady. Like who came up with the idea of adopting a child? Because for her, I mean, she told Beth that it was her husband's idea, but then the husband said that it was her
Who?
idea,
Mhm.
which is really hard to, because I can also like I would believe it was the husband's idea, or he might have mentioned that because he wanted to get away from his wife, and
Mm-hmm.
he said something like, I mean, to keep her busy or
Yep.
something,
Yep.
so that he can
Mm,
just get
Shut up,
away from her or
or
something, and
just shut up
he's
about it, basically.
tired dealing with him. So maybe you can have someone to be with, so that it will keep you busy, and then it will keep you off from me, or just like kind of like remove your attention from me for a bit, maybe, or just
Mm-hmm.
to accompany her.
Now that we talk
You
about
said
it,
something about a friend, or
Mm-hmm.
sorry, go ahead.
um yeah, something to just to keep her off of
Over
his
her.
sight or
Now that we
something.
like describing why this and that, I just feel bad for Harmon being in the middle between those guys' horrible relationship.
Right.
But then there was hope at the end. The mom says,
Yeah.
"I'm willing to
Yeah,
try to be."
because even when she grew up and she started playing chess and making money, Wakka mentioned that he still feel like, oh, she's only using her for the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, she he thought that, oh, she's just patronizing Beth because now she's making money. Like she doesn't need the husband anymore.
Yeah,
Now she can buy whatever
that
she
I
wants.
thought at first
But
too.
yeah, and then it changed when the scene where she was listening to Beth about the games and getting excited, and then she went to the game, and Beth appreciated that, and things like that. I'm like,
Mm.
The
oh,
relationship got better.
yeah,
But
It
and
may
so
have
I
started that
think
way.
I
yeah,
think the only reason the only reason she asked for a personage is because she doesn't earn anything, and then she's the
mm-hmm,
one like paying for the mortgage and all. But when I mean all the winning money, it goes to Beth. Like from the start, it was all for Beth, right? And then
mm-hmm,
she uses the money to buy her clothes and all that.
Mm.
um and she would just replace the money that they have spent, like the mom's money that they have spent. That's
mm-hmm.
all. I mean, she has no share.
Right, right,
That's why. And then Beth mentioned about opening her account. So the mom didn't really have the
right,
share
right,
in the beginning. So it's understandable that she would ask for a personage, or
right,
like a little personage.
Mm.
And then Beth
I see what you
realized
mean.
that,
Yeah.
oh
mm-hmm.
yeah, she's the one taking care of
Yeah,
me and
and
all.
it
So I'd give
actually,
you 15%.
yeah, it actually made me not tear up, but emotional in a way that, oh, that's a cute, touchy feeling scene
Yeah,
when the mom asked for the percentage and she was hesitating.
she was
She
a
was
bit
hesitant.
shy when she
Yes,
said
like,
that too.
can I have 10% for manager, and then Beth response was,
Like,
I'll give you 15. I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
wow.
she was
this is
really a bit
good.
embarrassed saying that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
you could
know.
really tell
Uh-huh.
that she was a bit embarrassed asking for a share.
For money,
But
yeah.
if you think of a like if that was your mom, like
Mm.
your real mom, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's just
Right.
10%.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
that was
so.
your real mom, it's
Yeah.
like, you gotta give everything to me. I'm the one
Yeah,
who's going to manage the
then
money.
then maybe I'll give you 10, or if you get lucky, what I mean, I'll give you 10%.
I see where. Yeah, I see what you guys mean. But I just think the reason why Beth just popped, or not Beth, Beth popped out saying that I'll give you 15. I think she just appreciate her being there. I
Yeah.
mean,
No, because that
Right.
happened. She said that when after she saw her watching her in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The scene where she looked and then she saw her mom or Alma watching her, and
Right.
enjoying, and Alma asked her, "Can I have 10%?" She's like, "I'll give you 15."
yeah,
and,
that was
and
pretty
she wasn't
shocking.
Yeah.
even forcing her. She wasn't even forcing her to win the game, or to,
No, not at
hey, you
all.
gotta
Yeah.
you gotta make sure that you practice everything, and you gotta make sure that you stay focused in the game and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just like, Mom, I want to hang out with my friends. Okay. And
Right.
then it's
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
she want to
Right.
drink. Okay. And then
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. Yeah. I
right.
know.
That's
I
right.
know.
And she's even the one distracting her with when she's doing the practice. She was like, can you just lower the volume of the TV?
Right.
She
I
was
So
just
remember it.
there,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's really supportive, and I mean, it sucked that she died.
She
but
died at the end. Yeah. That,
Yeah, I know. Cause she didn't really saw her son or her daughter. I'm sorry, her daughter win the championship. You know what I mean? Like becoming
Yeah.
the grandmaster. So, but do you
Mm.
have what do you think about the guy? I forgot his name. The guy that she met in Illinois. Is it Illinois? Or no, Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
The one in Cincinnati.
Yeah, the
Who's
guy
guy?
the guy that she fell in
Oh, are
love
we
with.
talking about
Oh.
Towns?
Towns.
The
Towns?
gay?
That's his name?
Towns. That's
Well,
his last
gay
name.
He
guy?
said he was confused, but yes, he was
Yeah.
technically
He's a
he was
gay guy.
Yes, he was gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
Mm-hmm. And then
That's
it's
the
funny.
reason why they didn't.
I know. And
It
then,
didn't go anywhere.
But Town said in the last episode, it's like,
I
but
was
you
confused.
still, yeah, but you still broke my heart. He said.
Yeah, when like still be friends.
Yeah.
She stormed off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still broke my heart. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. He
Oh
yeah,
my God.
he's a great character.
I forgot about them too, but you know who I also liked? They were just very, very negative about her until
Mhm.
she approved. I like the twins.
The twin
The
brothers.
twins were
Twins.
supportive,
The
man.
twins are
Mark
supportive.
and yeah,
That's
I
right.
like them.
I'm like, wait, you're here too? They're in Mexico.
Right? It's like, what are you?
What are you two doing here?
I like
know.
I love their friendship. Like from the start where they were so doubtful about her skills and all that,
To
and they
where
were
she
kind of like
went.
borderline bullies,
Mhm.
and then they end up being close friends.
Mhm. And yeah, that's one thing that you notice about Beth. She's shy, you know what I mean? Like she's shy, but she's straightforward with her questions. Like,
Correct.
okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this paper. Oh, you bring it here, you do this and that. Oh, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like they said a word and she didn't understand. Instead of just pretending knowing what they meant because she's shy of asking. No, she will straightforward ask. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like who's Borgov? What's the Grandmaster?
She
What's in
reminds
Moscow?
me of
What's in
somebody.
Paris?
Yeah.
You know?
She
reminds
is
me of somebody.
socially awkward / weird / hard to deal with
Right.
character. Like
So it's like Jed.
and
I mean,
what?
nothing.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. I mean, compared to that, she never appreciated anybody. I'm like, it was. I don't know if she ever appreciated anyone.
No, she
Her
did.
mom, maybe.
You know, the last part when they called her.
Actually,
You know what I mean? When
that-
Belton
I was
and
gonna bring that
Benny,
up.
Yeah.
So I think she she achieved being open because when Towns finally came at the end,
Mm-hmm. She gave him a hug.
well, she gave him a hug. Not, I mean, like a lot of things changed at that time because she's always been on her own. And I told you, like, when Towns said, "Hey, we're all here for you,"
Oh, yeah.
they called him on the phone. I was like, "Oh, now she's gonna win this game with her friends. She can't say she did it."
I think
Right,
that's
right.
But I love how Bargov, right?
Yeah,
Bargov played a move that
Bargov.
none of them
Plan.
had
Yeah.
planned, and she was like, "Oh,"
Right.
and then that's when
Yeah.
her own momentum went with
Right.
peace. I don't know.
Now she definitely won the game, not just the friends, but
She won it this
she
time.
won the game. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of cliche. Not, I don't want to say cliche, cheesy, but I thought it was like an achieved moment in her life that she finally moved on from her broken past.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's open to her friends. She has friends now. All of them were like Benny, Beltic, the twins. Even Benny's friends were there. They
Mhm.
all came up with ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, her growth really changed from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the death of Shaybel, the janitor.
Shibo. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the reason why she has changed, because she really undervalued Shaybel. She when she went back to the orphanage
mhm.
and saw
funeral,
those cut out newspapers of
Mhm.
her, and then she realized that she owed Shaybel $10.
I thought that was pretty.
Right, and imagine
that was funny.
that was the person who taught you. I mean, without Shaybel, she wouldn't be a
But- Before she went back to
renowned
go.
chess player,
Mm-hmm.
right?
she-
So
Mhm.
I think, and then he died. So I think that was like
It
Right.
played a
her
big impact in her
awakening.
because when she went down there was actually someone that cared about her from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole $10 scene happened in the church with
Right,
her friend
right,
when they
right.
came back. She was like,
yeah.
she says, "Now I feel bad."
Right.
And it was like,
right.
about. I mean, are you actually missing him? No, I owe him $10.
I owe $10.
But the thing is, she was sincere about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
She was sincere when she said that, and then Jolene was was about to laugh and just like,
Oh, she
Why are you
laughed,
laughing?
but very quiet
Right.
and
Right.
hard.
why are you laughing?
Right,
She
right.
was serious when she
Okay, so another thing is I just hope that there was more interaction between not the principal. It's like the headmistress of the orphanage and Beth. Like they
Oh,
had a
Oh.
little
Beardo?
bit. You know,
They had
they,
like a awkward moment. It was
yes,
like,
ma'am. Like I told you to go to the chapel. She
and then
said,
you
yes,
asked,
ma'am.
why did she say yes,
No,
ma'am?
Courtney did.
Oh, and so,
Yeah.
Courtney did, and then she was like, oh, maybe it's just a habit because she's been there.
Or the lady's just old and she didn't recognize that she's an adult person.
I
She
don't
thought
think
she's still
anyone
a
would
student.
recognize.
Right,
I
she
wouldn't
did.
recognize
Yeah.
I
her.
would
think-
say she didn't recognize
Yeah,
her.
she thought she's still a student.
From that kid to how old she was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. She thought she was still a student,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but I don't
'Cause
think
she
anyone.
didn't really fully looked. And second, she's old. You know what I mean? And she her just response is yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Just to answer, not like just to patronize her. It's like, oh, I don't want to argue with you, but I'll just say yes, ma'am, or something like that. But I just hope they had more conversation. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
or her go to the office of the headmistress with her own clippings of her accomplishments. You know what I mean? Or picture of them, or I don't know, something like that.
Side note: there was that one scene in that movie, in both times when they looked at the choir practice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Hmm.
the one who's leading him, the lady, it questions me. Is she really a lady, or does she just have a deep voice? Because she sounds like a guy. I don't know. It was just me when I listen to music,
Right,
I do
right.
catch.
Right.
Unlike you, when you see a movie, you catch every little thing while I'm in the moment.
Right.
But anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, and another camera. So now I have three camera angle problems. Okay, one is I already said two of them, but one of them, and I told Wakka this, when she hopped in the clinic area to grab more of those tranquilizers. One camera angle was just so bad. It was so bad.
I
It
thought
was
there was
underneath
two.
her.
Yeah.
It was underneath her when she stepped
I was like,
from the chair in the window.
Uh,
She got upskirt like.
didn't
the
you
little
not
kid.
remember that when she
You
was
remember that scene?
climbing? She
When
pulled
she
in.
was trying to steal the jar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
See, I
yeah.
don't see
Yeah.
like
Right.
camera things like that, but that was pretty obvious. Like,
Yeah, she pulled the chair close to the window. She hopped on the chair and then climbed on the window. But the camera angle was underneath
beneath
her.
her skirt. I mean, it's not her pants; it's her skirt.
Right. I was like,
And
that's
I'm
a
looking at the
weird-
wall. I'm like, the camera's right there.
that was a
Right,
weird
right.
angle.
That was-
I'm like, okay.
But they
alright.
not did it one;
That
they did
was-
it twice.
I know.
Okay, so her under the skirt going over, and then her under the skirt again as she fell because
Yeah,
she ate so
falls,
much.
yeah.
I was like,
That's a terrible
I
angle.
think this guy's a perv, but the director didn't even finish this well.
Right. Like, I would have gone like angle on top of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can see that she's still
Yeah,
climbing in anyway.
Or falling. Yeah.
And-
I didn't like that.
and she's like 13
Right?
during
Right.
that time. So like, why do it to a child?
Yeah, I know. It was weird. I don't know. All right,
Yeah.
let's end this podcast. Do you have anything else? I have one last thing, but do you have anything
What
else?
else do I want to say?
Her eyes bother me. It's like seriously, every time I look at her.
Nothing's coming in my head.
Who,
but
Beth or
Beth.
Jeff?
yeah.
I guess Beth, but it's really Adam Taylor or Adam.
And what?
Is it Anya?
Who's Adam?
Anya
No,
Taylor
I
Joy?
said Adam Taylor, but it's Anne.
I think
Anya.
it was Anya. Yeah,
Anya.
Anya Taylor
Anya
Joy.
Taylor
Anya.
Joy.
Well, Miss Joy.
So Joy is her last name, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Anya, it's Anya Taylor Joy.
Mm.
I even thought she's married to like,
Tomato,
oh my god, at the age
tomato,
of
same
24.
thing.
Right? Yeah, with
Like,
the
yeah,
hyphen. Yeah,
Anya Joy.
Anya Joy.
Joy.
Yeah, her eyes bother me. Like he is bothered by Benny's. No, not Benny. Beltic's eyes.
Beltic eyes, yeah. The Beltic eyes. Okay, so one last thing. This is the one last thing, and Wakka and I talked about this. We didn't talk about this. I brought it up to him because we wanted to save the conversation during podcast. So I'm not a big fan of the ending. Like I thought the ending was so cliche, and the ending was
Yep.
it was all right. You know, she went to the park and played with these old
Oh,
people.
that's right.
Like,
yes.
Okay, whatever.
I didn't like
Fine.
the ending.
Now, this is my
either.
question to you two, and I have my own opinion. How would you end that show? What would be the best, in your opinion, ending on that show?
I told you two of them was
Mm-hmm.
one where Borgov showed appreciation of, hey, take it, it's yours. of the win. So how they shook hands at the end of the game,
Right.
and then she stood up and everyone appreciative, and I guess that would have been a nice ending. I mean, like, she got her goal, or to emphasize she won her goal is when she walked out of the car, like you mentioned earlier, describing how bad the camera was.
Mm-hmm.
She got her freedom. She got her goal. She made it to being grandmaster.
Right.
That would have been
right.
a good ending for me.
Like she's walking into the
Walking.
horizon, or
Just
with
getting
the
off
camera,
the car
and then
and
just dark, black.
And just
Alright.
walk away. I mean, like she did it.
Mhm.
That's it. That's how I would have ended.
You know what would have been my conclusion in that ending?
What?
She gets killed in Moscow because she's still in Russia and she's
True.
walking in public. You know what I mean? Someone shoots
God.
her.
Wow.
Go ahead, Jed.
for me, and then this would definitely change the entire story. Okay, this is not the ending, but part of me is hoping she would end up with Beltek, because like I really appreciated Beltek, but like for
Chick
the
flick
movie's
movie.
sake,
Mm-hmm.
I would have wanted the ending to be tragic. Like I would,
Right. Someone
I don't
dies?
know. A
Do
part
you
of
want
me
her to
would
die?
want her dead.
Oh my
Yeah, would
God.
what?
Wow.
I mean, the addiction that she has, it's not that easy to get away with.
Mhm.
So, like, how did she recover, or how did she cope up with all those when we know for a fact that she already has this mental disorder? I mean, like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I would have wanted her, like, oh my God, I would have. If this was a Shakespeare thing, she would have committed suicide, or she would have overdosed
Holy
or
smokes!
something.
You didn't want her
Yeah.
to win the championship? You
Wow.
wanted her dead?
I would have. I
You
would
really
have
want to be
really
a
wanted.
sad.
Dark.
Yeah, that's really dark.
overdose.
Did she
Yeah, it's
smile
like
in the car?
after the stardom,
Huh?
and then she would still end up
Dead.
killing herself.
Ah.
Wow, you really want her to stay in pace of her
Right? I
tragic
know.
life. Wow.
I guess it makes sense with the title, Queen's Gambit. You know what I mean?
I
All right.
guess.
Okay, hear me out. I got two conclusions. Okay, hear me out. Just picture this in your head. Okay, I want your imagination. Just hear me out.
You would always come with something
I know
very
it,
flashy.
it's crazy. The first one is very simple and very cliche. It might be cliche. I don't know. It's simple of her having her own family and her daughter playing chess with her. And it ends
But with
that.
who would be the
Cute.
guy?
Huh?
Who would be the guy?
As long as she ended up with
it doesn't.
Beltek,
It
I'm
doesn't.
fine.
Yeah, it doesn't show the guy. You know what I mean? It doesn't show the guy. I don't care.
Oh,
I
maybe
think-
she just did what her
I
mom
think-
did, adopted the girl.
Yeah,
maybe?
I think that will be a puzzle, or she will go. Oh no, actually she will go to orphanage again and meet a girl and
And
play
adopt.
chess, and they play chess with her.
Oh,
A girl in orphanage and play chess with her.
passing the baton.
Yeah.
I see.
Exactly.
cute.
Exactly. Now here's my second one. Okay, I love and hate this scene for a reason, and I'm gonna tell you guys what the reason. But here's the ending. The ending will be the Moscow scene. A Moscow scene of Borgov and her playing, and Borgov saying draw, because we know the draw thing is a epitome. It's an epitome of the show. You know what I mean? Like when someone say draw, that means they already got beaten. How about Borgov saying draw, and then the long sequence, the long scene of just going, like, focusing towards her, and she says no. Smile, done.
Right.
That would have been a good what you call start of the show.
A good cliffhanger.
You know how we were
Or
talking about
a
earlier
sequel.
about why would the director start off with those flashy scenes?
Right.
I think that would have been also a good start. Draw.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then she said no.
Mm-hmm. No.
And then, like, how about it?
No.
But that's a good ending.
my hate. I don't like that scene because only for the reason that I love the scene when Borgov shook her hand and
Yeah.
appreciated her. You know what I mean? Like I love that scene when Borgov stood up and said, basically telling her, "This is your game now. Enjoy it. Love this. This is your moment." You know what I mean? Like Borgov
Yeah, it's
actually.
like giving his
Yeah,
throne to her.
I feel like actually, Borgov has a freedom now. People are not gonna look at me. Now people are not gonna follow me because I'm not the
Right.
grandmaster anymore. You
It's
are.
been the
You know what I mean?
grand. It's been
Yeah, like the load is
the
off.
world
Right, the load
champion
is
for
off.
how many years?
Yeah,
Right.
and they said that
For
when he went to America or Paris, he was being followed. You know, he's being followed around so he won't run away. You know what I mean? By the Russians. Not
That's
Nazis.
what
Yeah.
kind of troubled me, because I thought that if he'd lost, he would have, because the way how they said it, like he would have died or his family
Right,
would get
right.
hurt.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what was going to happen in that ending scene. It's like, he didn't seem stressed though, because it came out, take it, it's yours.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
Yeah. So I love that I love that scene. But that ending, Borgov saying, "Draw." And she said, No. Smile.
Wow.
The smile has to be important. Smile and then done.
yeah, that would be a good ending,
Black
because
scene.
you just leave it a cliffhanger.
Right.
Like, well, did she win or did she
did
lose?
she win or did she lose? But part of you is like, oh, she won. She definitely won because she smiled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's like, she'll finish this.
Yeah.
hey, I just gotta say this, but it just kind of came to my head. Like, you mentioned about her having the googly eyes, and
Mhm.
like there's something wrong with her eyes.
Right.
Okay, like, so so she has this spatial intelligence, right? Because
Spaceship.
like how she could imagine and visualize things.
Right.
But for those who have who are like visually impaired,
Mhm.
or and this is common for blind people, that they have this spatial intelligence. So it's a good thing that I mean, it's just a coincidence,
yeah.
but like it's a
Yeah. What do you, yeah.
but she would have worn glasses, I guess,
Right.
or something. But
I know.
I think she got her spatial intelligence or her brainy skills from her mom. But yeah, I know it has nothing to do with her eyes, but
It has nothing to do with her eyes. It might be the eyes.
I just
She
kinda
might
like,
be.
oh
She
my
might be
God.
seeing things because of her eyes.
Kid you not, whenever I look at her, I think she's a cute sloth.
A cute sloth.
That's just me.
I would have gone with I would have gone with chameleon, but sloth, I guess.
Well, because her head looks like one. I think of the sloth from Ice Age. And she's just a
Age,
cute
Sid.
looking one.
Sid.
Yeah, that's what. And all the girl who's trying to hit on Sid.
Interesting. All right.
Before you call it, did you ask Miss Courtney her insight on the show?
No.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
okay.
her input would have been nice.
All right. Well, that's it. That's it. Do you have anything else, Jed?
That's all.
Do you have
Yeah.
anything else?
I enjoyed it. If you asked me to rate it between 1
Yeah.
to 10, I'd give it a. I was gonna say 7. I'll give it a 7.
7. Interesting. How about you, Jed? If you were rated 1 to 10.
Yeah, I'd go for 7 too. I mean, it's
Really?
really entertaining, and I love the cinematography, except the skirt part and
Mm.
Now watch
and the wall.
throw a curveball. I know he's gonna throw a
Right.
low one. I know he's gonna throw a low
No,
one.
actually, it's a solid 8 to me. I really like the show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's a solid 8. I like this show, regardless of those camera angles, camera scenes. I mean, I can
Yeah.
disregard those, but the
I
storyline,
mean-
the casting, the ending, the ending part with the winning and the
because they were
build-up.
able to give you the ambience of a 1960s, 1970s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
feel.
we've reviewed a lot of Netflix original movies, and we've noticed a lot of mistakes, but not in this one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they did a great job with the CGI. They did a great job with a lot of the storyline. It makes sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a solid 8, and I will definitely recommend it to people. I might rewatch it. I don't know. I have problems, and Wakka knows this. I have problems
I
rewatching
yeah, I
shows
would
and
wanna
movies.
watch it again.
Yeah,
Watch it in the next 30 years.
30 years.
You'll probably forget it then.
Right.
Would you want to have a part 2 of the Queen's Gambit? Because
Yeah, I know, but like, what would be the part 2 though?
No,
I couldn't think of
because
I
it wasn't
couldn't think of
about
one.
chess. If it was about chess, then yeah, there should be a part 2. But
Mm-hmm.
it was chess was her byproduct again.
Yeah, there's no sense having a part two of it.
Yeah,
Because it was all about her character.
And the Russians your best enemy in chess. No one else.
Right.
That's
and
it. Just
and this is
Russians.
about her journey, being a world champion, or getting her goal as a world champion, and she already had that. So I just don't, you know,
Yeah, just doesn't make
unless
sense.
they would kill her character in the part two.
Will you quit killing characters?
Jeez.
All right.
Jeez, man.
All right. Well, I want to appreciate you and thank you guys for
Yeah.
watching and listening to this podcast. Now,
Thanks
Jed,
for
where
being-
can people find you in the social media world?
I'm stuck with Facebook. I'm no longer active with all the other social media sites. Yeah, my account is still there. It's just that I don't have the time to visit it. But if you want to message me privately, then yeah, you can find me on Facebook. But other than that, there's just
what's
no
the
way you
name?
can communicate with me.
There's like millions of people on Facebook. What's the name on Facebook?
Jedediah Balater, or you go look for the Maximum Filipino Show. I'm there.
That's right.
I'm always there.
Okay. Wakka
Right.
won't tell you where you can find him. You can find him on Friendster or MySpace.
That is old.
Yeah, but you can find me the Gum Fam Show. It's not Gam, it's Gum Fam Show. You guys can email us on the gumfamshow@gmail.com. We have Facebook, Twitter, not Netflix. We don't have a Netflix. Oh my gosh, Netflix. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok,
Find you on
Instagram, right? LinkedIn, and all that good stuff. We also have Parlor.
TikTok.
So yeah, you guys can find us there. I know exactly, right? And also like and share. Follow us. We have the Maximum Filipino Show,
Right.
TMFS.official or TMFS official, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. All of them, even TikTok and Twitter. Email us if there's any shows that you guys want us to do. Make sure to email us, the Maximum Filipino Show at gmail.com. If you want to support us, we have the Maximum Filipino
Right.
Show on Patreon. I'm sorry, patreon.com/TMFS official. And you guys can support us there. Please, if you have a heart to support us. I'm not saying if you don't want to support us, you don't have a heart. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you have a heart to support us, please.
Right.
Please support
If
us.
you're not Beth Harmon.
That's right. That's right. Be Beltic. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
But yeah.
be Belted.
So
Be
please-
Jolene.
I'll be
Jolene
Jolene. Yeah. That afro.
It's really
though,
generous.
That afro was amazing.
She killed it. I
She
mean, she
killed that
did it
afro.
better than I could.
Oh, that afro was great. So yeah, please support us. Make sure to like and share,
Yeah,
and
support.
tell people about this podcast.
It is the spirit of
your,
giving.
Your word of mouth to other people and telling them
Right.
to listen to our podcast. Just like what
Be
JD.
like JD.
Exactly, just like what
Yes.
JD's doing. That's really,
Again, JD.
really helpful, and
You're the
we
man.
love that. Email us and let us know if you're listening to this, and yeah, that's it. Enjoy this I'm sorry. Thank you for enjoying this podcast, and thank you for listening to this podcast. So to me, Captain Bug, CB, AJ, I don't even care what you call me. To Wakka and to Jed, thank you guys again. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Joanne.